Hey, howdy, y'all. This is Christopher. This is going to be my submission for the Minecraft Reddit bi-weekly build contest. This contest theme is based on the Wild West. They wanted a little boom town with a sheriff's office, a stables, saloon, bank, general store, and at least 3 other buildings. Uh, so why don't we get into it? This again is just a little boom town. Trappers, miners, so forth would come down from the mountain, come in here, sell their goods, and we start off with a blacksmith's little outdoor workstation, good for ventilation and so forth. Inside, you can do a little business, and also this would be his living quarters. Um, Across the street over here, we find the post office, the telegraph station, and Pony Express. One of the things I liked about the Old West is that many of the buildings were very small and very cramped, and they doubled as both workplace and living quarters. So the post office, where the postmaster was, he would do his business out front, and then back here, he would have his little living area, little hidden away bed, um, uh, chimney and stove to keep him warm and to cook his food. Out here, the horses for the Pony Express. Well, excuse me. And then across the street, we have one of the 2 houses in town. This would be somebody who had more money than most other people in town. Uh, Somebody like maybe the banker or the hotel owner, uh, or even the saloon keeper or the saloon owner. If you notice, this one has quite a lot of space because it's a sign of wealth. Sitting area, dining area, little kitchen back here with a porch or a little back porch. The outhouse. This is designed by B Dubs, and while I'm not a fan of using doors as um, walls and stuff, this did work out pretty well. A outhouse is meant to be quite small, and it's kind of hard to make something like that in Minecraft. While the owner of the house may have thought it was a good idea to build next to the church, didn't realize he was going to have to put up with a cemetery in his out behind his house. Poor guy. And then as we head upstairs, again, more room to just walk around. Another porch to sit out on. Here we have the master bedroom, seating area. Again, a lot of room. This would be the auxiliary room. This would be the kids' room or so forth. Maybe there'd be bunk beds in here or the like. Head back downstairs and outside. And then we have an example across the street over here of a smaller house. Um, this house would be, you know, not quite a small family, but probably a couple, um, as it only has one bedroom. Again, a small seating area, dining area, and then back out here, we'd have the kitchen area with a little more places to sit and eat. A lot of buildings had these little outcroppings to give them more room. Head upstairs, and there's a single bedroom with large bed, some carpeting, and a private balcony to look out on the thoroughfare. And then we head across the street. We find the church. This is one of the only buildings that doesn't have a boardwalk, as you can see. Um, Many of the pictures and everything I've ever seen, some of the churches were in town like this. Others were set off a ways, but even when they were in town, they never had boardwalks. I never quite understood that. But this is a very small boomtown church, just big enough to have a bunch of pews, and the POTUS where the preacher would stand and give his sermons. Nice little stained glass window in the back. Steeple on the top, where they would have the bell to let you know it's church time. We'll head down this way, and down over here we have the stables slash livery and the sheriff's office. 3 empty cells because everybody's behaving themselves currently. Little bed for the sheriff. Just a simple little sheriff's office. Across the way we have, again, the stables area. Over here we'd have the office where they would do business, and the hands would be able to sit around and talk and socialize. Back here, living area for probably the stable owner. Hidden little bed area back up here in a little loft. Kitchen area. And then across the way, through the main path, I guess you call it, to the holding area for the horses so they can sit out here and graze. We have the stables slash mucking centers, or mucking stalls for the horses. Nice water trough and hay for them to munch on while they're in here. And speaking of hay, we have a nice large storage area up here for them, as well as the crane to lift it up there. Next up, at the intersection here, we have 2 of the posher buildings. We have the Pioneer Hotel, which I'm going to save for last, and we have the Haberdashery. This would be one of the fancier buildings in town, most colorful buildings in town. As you've noticed, most of the buildings are very muted. They're all different colors of wood. Not a whole lot of detail because there wasn't a lot of detail in the builds. While I enjoy watching YouTubers like Gran and B-Dubs, in fact, that's a build copied pretty much from Gran, but I'm not going to go over there. Their style is amazing, and they go into great amount of detail, and I can never get that kind of detail in my builds, so that's why I was happy with the Wild West. But back to the Haberdashery, 2-story building, very colorful to show off their wealth. Inside, you have shelving units for all their goods, their hats, and various pieces of clothing. Nice little mannequin back here showing off some clothing with a villager hiding inside of it. Okay. Shopkeeper's counter, and then when it's time to go to bed, they head up here and they have a kitchen, a little sitting area for eating, the master bedroom, and their own private little balcony to sit out here and lord over the peasants of the time, even though they didn't really call them peasants. That would be a lot earlier. The simple folk, let's say. Next door, we have the general store. Somebody with their pig. General store is where you would find pretty much everything you needed, be it tools, or food. Um, the shelves, of course, here for all of the goods. Storekeeper behind his counter. Some more clothes. And then back here would be his living quarters. He can go out back, and there's another outhouse for him. And then, if we head out this, whoops, excuse me, sir. We head out this way. You should be over there at the blacksmith, sir. We have the bank. Brick front bank to make sure it's nice and secure. Tellers are all behind bars so that they can hide if somebody comes in and tries to rob them, of course. And the vaults in the back. Hitching stations out in front of most of the buildings, as well as watering troughs for the horse. Even though evidently the horses prefer the boardwalk to the path. And then we have Al's Saloon. I wish the doors would swing. Several tables set out for people to sit and drink and eat. A few of them with felt to designate that those are the poker tables or the Fargo tables. The bar with the barkeep. And as we head back behind the bar, we find a little workstation where they can prepare food and drinks and what have you. And then some living quarters back here for the saloon keeper or somebody to be on premises. And then lastly, we'll head back out to the main drag. And we have the Pioneer Hotel. This again is one of the fancier buildings in town. The miners and trappers and whatnot, they would sell their wares over at the general store, or their furs to the haberdashery. And then while they spend a good deal of their money drinking, some of them would want to have a nice posh place to stay. And that's what the hotel was for. This hotel, I was very much inspired by the hotel they had in the TV show Deadwood. So you have the main lobby area with some sitting area for people to congregate and socialize. You have the front desk where the innkeeper would be. And we have 4 rooms. All of them are pretty much the same. And they have little areas out to the balconies. And then what hotel isn't complete without a restaurant? And of course that's what this is. This is Gabby's Grubs. People in town come in, and instead of having to slave over a stove or buy pounds of wheat and sacks of wheat and cook on all themselves, they can come in, have some breakfast or some dinner, and socialize with others. I built a small kitchen and pantry area down here for the preparing of the food. And that's pretty much the entire town. One of the things I wanted to show you is how the roofs are. Some of the larger buildings, like the haberdashery and the hotel, they have the flat top roofs. Others have more traditional roofs or just the slant back roofs. A lot of buildings of the time seem to have had the slant back roof, and so that's what the majority of my buildings have. Um, I hope you enjoyed this little tour of my submission. Thank you very much, and have a pleasant day.